Hello and welcome to this quarantine vlog post. I hope you're all keeping well and safe and sane and happy as can be. You may be looking for a little light entertainment to take you through these slightly confusing weeks, and it is with a lot of happiness and a certain measure of sadness, nostalgia maybe, that I bring to you today's vlog post. It is the last in the fabulous Rosemary A. John's Rebel Angels series, Vampire God. This is a 5-book series, and book 5 sees the conclusion of Violet's adventures with her many men. There is one more thing coming your way, themed around this, but I shall wait for a little longer before I tell you about that. Let me read to you the back of this. So this is Rosemary A. John's Vampire God, the last in her Rebel Angels series. I can feel my voice going, so apologies if I cut out, but I don't know if you've noticed, after 3 years of doing this, finally worked out how to turn up the microphone on this laptop. So you might be able to hear me a bit better with or without my voice. In the realm of the gods, the final game for the crown has begun. Violet is running out of time. In a court of godly seraphim, the only way to survive the trickery and secrets of the burning temple is to seduce the despotic that's not my voice, that's just my unprofessionalism. Is to seduce the despotic emperor's sultry shifter son. Yet is he as much a prisoner as her in his gilded cage. Violet must undertake the test by monster to become a bodyguard to the emperor, a fey knight of the seraphim. If she fails, her vampire and angel lovers will be tossed into the abyss. At last, Violet meets her creator, and the dangerous truth is revealed. When the emperor threatens to wipe out every world and start a new Eden, time is up. In the final battle, Violet could lose everything. So, as is my wont, I will read you the first couple of pages of the first chapter of this. Once again, if you weren't paying attention before, this is Rosemary A. John's New York let me read that. USA Today best-selling author. Don't you know? Vampire God 1. Oh, also, at this stage, when I'm reading samples from this series, I normally put some sort of a disclaimer up about my accent, but do you know what? Sod ya, you're not getting one. 1. Vampires, angels. I'd become their huntress, princess, mage, and at last I discovered that I was their god. In the deadly realm of the seraphim, with the ancient and cruel angel gods, who played with life and death like a game, I could either fight or die their slave. And that made the gods bastards after all. In the beginning, I believed myself human, the gamer and developer lost in make-believe. Half vampire, half angel, I'd still lived out a human geek life, until my powers arose phoenix-like on my 21st birthday. I'd sacrificed my mum and dad, as well as my crown in the angel and underworld. I'd swept away the legion of the phoenix to free the brainwashed lost boys. Yet now I was the one caught in the burning temple by a despotic emperor, a pet monster in a realm of gods and monsters. Hiss! A blazing arc of fire cut across Court 1 in the Seraphim's burning temple. I howled, yanked backwards by the snaking leg shackles which bound me to mischief. I stumbled, squelching across the floor, which rippled as if it was alive. Mischief's wings flared in alarm, violet ghosts in the gloom. When Mischief caught me, I clutched onto his silver tunic. He swung us away from the fire, whilst we tangled in the clanking shackles and tumbled onto our asses. I flailed, and my palm was sucked into the insides of the latest room in the pleasure pavilion. Nope, not thinking of being swallowed by a giant. I had a giant then. Not thinking of being swallowed by a python. I wrenched out my hand with a shudder, wiping the stickiness down my black leather trousers. If it was a bastard pleasure pavilion, where were the chocolate unicorns, live gaming tournaments, and my blokes in a blissed pile of feathers, fur and kisses? My stomach rumbled. In my current starved state, I'd lick and suck the chocolate unicorns until nothing would be left of them but their horns. Instead of those pleasures, Mischief and I had been trapped together in a screwed-up show for the angel seraphim, who believed themselves gods, the angel games. For the last 3 rooms, Mischief and I had battled seraphim, booby traps, and our worst nightmares come to life. We'd been separated from the rest of my family as soon as we'd been dragged inside the seraphim's domain. I couldn't even sense my bonded and marked Irish angel, rebel, or my vampire, Ash, who was so close to bonded that my blood called to his. Since I'd learnt that the sassy voice in my head, Jay, who'd raised me better than anyone in Jerusalem Children's Home, was truly the seed of Jehael, emperor of the seraphim, making the emperor my creator, I also hadn't heard a word from Jay. His silence shanked me. That was the first 2 pages of Rosemary A. John's Vampire God, the last in her 5-book Rebel Angels series. You can listen to all of those books on Audible, Amazon and iTunes, and I even have a handful of codes. Maybe even for the first 4 books. So if you're interested, give me a shout. It's a lot of potentially free listening you can do whilst we're all locked up indoors. I think that's it from me. I'm Rebecca McKernan. You can find me on Facebook and, Twitter and Instagram, actually, at Becca Tells Tales, and also at www.rebeccamckernan.com. Thank you for listening, and enjoy whatever this week holds for you. Mwah.